Welcome back to the Healthy Habit Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Dayon of Healthy Habit Medical Center, located right inside Healthy Habit Health Foods. And you're tuned in to episode 229, folks, with Matt Steiner, back from episode 179, released earlier this year, March of 2025. Matt Steiner's worked in the natural products industry as a sales and marketing executive for over 30 years. He's been a guest on numerous radio and talk shows and given lectures to a variety of audiences within the trade industry. Matt obtained a bachelor's of science degree from the Carlson Business School of Management from the University of Minnesota, where he now resides in Minnesota. Currently serves as a vice president of the consumer division for Immune Health Basics, a company dedicated to improving immune health, which we'll be highlighting here over the next 25 minutes. Welcome back, Matt. Thanks for being here.
Well, I appreciate it. Well, thank you for inviting me back. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's last time you were on, Matt, we talked about Wellmune. What is it? Why may someone take these types of products, beta glucans? We want to do another recap on this and highlight and go even deeper potentially and how you're even applying this in your own life. So let's start from the top here at Wellmune. We always have new listeners tuning in here to the podcast. So this is some people's first time ever seeing you or hearing of Wellmune. You know, we have episodes coming out 2-3 times a week. So it's important to keep people in the loop. Yeah. So tell us about it, Matt. What is Wellmune?
Well, Wellmune is an ingredient that we have in our products, Immune Health Basics, and it's a beta-glucan product. So most people refer to it as Saccharomyces cerevisiae or beta-1,3/1,6. And it's a great immune product or ingredient that we put in our product. Like I said, I've been in this industry for 30 plus years now. And I started off with a company called Biothera. And we're the ones that actually discovered the mechanism of how this product worked. We did a lot of the clinical research. I mean, right now there's probably, about 14, 15 human clinical studies on it involving 2,300 people. And that's everything from kids to adults to elderly. And what's nice about this product, just to give you kind of a short overview, is that it's a natural product. It's a product that actually takes your current immune system and just makes it much more effective and efficient. So if you look at it, beta-glucan is a 1,3/1,6 beta-glucan. Again, if you look at this industry, there's thousands of different types of strains out there. There's processes that are different. There's purity levels that are different. Right. And that's going to dramatically affect how this product works. And like I said, we discovered it a long time ago as far as how it works. And we take a specific proprietary strain that we've tested with over, a whole panel of different strains. And we manufacture it. At the time, we manufactured it and we purified it. And basically what you're left is with this hollow sphere, this beta-glucan that we put into our product. And again, it just makes your immune system, we prime certain immune cells to make it much more effective and efficient as far as killing different types of pathogenic challenges. So basically, it's, I think, one of the best immune products because you're naturally, priming your current immune cells to make them just do the job that they're supposed to be doing, but, make it much more effective.
Interesting. And Wellmune is a registered trademark patented ingredient. Folks can even go deeper. You just type in W-E-L-L, Mune, like immune, Wellmune, and then you can even read all the different trials and studies being done on Wellmune, which is that chief ingredient in Immune Health Basics products, correct, Matt?
That's correct. It's in all of our products in the Immune Health Basics. And, there are different dosages and different counts and so forth. But, the dosages, what we recommend is 1 milligram per pound. All of our human clinical studies on adults were all done with 1 milligram per pound or 250 milligrams, which is a common product. It's 250 milligrams. And that's kind of most of what the studies have been based on. And then obviously, again, there's numerous kid studies that we did as well. And that's, lower dosage, 1 milligram per pound. If you're looking at, 2 to 4 year olds, anywhere from 25 to maybe 50 milligrams, so forth. So that kind of gives you a range in what the milligram dosage is.
Gotcha. I'm pulling up a screen share here from immunehealthbasics.com. Give me a moment to get that pulled up here. So if you're new to the show here, folks, the Healthy Habit Podcast, find us on YouTube, Spotify, and just hit subscribe. And you'll stay in the loop, folks, with what's going on here at
Yeah.
Healthy Habit in the Medical Center and hearing about groundbreaking, really interesting products like this here. Unlock your immune resilience
Hmm.
naturally, clinically proven results, safe for the whole family, boost performance without overstimulating. And we are talking here with Matt Steiner here, representing Immune Health Basics. So you can see on the screen here we have a blue, reddish, pinkish, green, and then an orange option. You were just saying that 250 seems to be the most common, and
Yeah.
where the research. Tell us a little bit
That
more
is,
about that.
yeah, that's all the human studies that we did. And like I said, there's been about 15 studies done.
Uh,
And again, the kids studies were done with 25 to 50 milligrams. All the adult studies were done with 250s. And then we have a 500 milligram product. Now, with the 500 milligram product, you get a little bit better results with a 500, but it's not like doubling the results of it. But it comes in a 60 count. But if you look at the price point of it, it's really the same price point of a 250 30 count. So most
oh,
people, that's our best selling product, is the 500 milligram product, because we have a lot of people that are taking it with, going through cancer treatments and those types of
right.
things, so they take the 500s, but that's our best selling product. And, again, if you look at it, beta glucan's taken up in your small intestines after your stomach. It's called the Peyer's patch. You got little M cells that basically grab the beta glucan, they pull it through the lining, and then they transfer it to what's called the macrophage cells. And then the macrophage cells basically gobble it up, and then you spit these soluble fragments out, and the neutrophil cells, which is the main mechanism of how this product works, basically grabs it and it primes these neutrophil cells, so they can go out and kill a variety of different pathogenic challenges.
Gotcha. So it's not necessarily a vitamin. It's not necessarily a mineral here like zinc or selenium or
No.
something like vitamin D or vitamin C, which are classic, or even things like NAC, quercetin. This is based on beta glucan activity, correct?
Correct. It's based on beta glucan, and what it's meant to do is strengthen your immune system. And if you
Yeah.
again, you look at your immune system, and here it is. It's middle of summer. It's July, and most people aren't thinking about their immune system because they're on vacation. The cold and flu season isn't here, and so forth. But if you look at the environment that we live in, and again, and I'll just tell you, I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they
Yeah.
had this. Cardiologist on, and he had a book called Super Agers, and he talked about why certain people live to the a longer age and so forth than the rest of the people. So he did, and he's a cardiologist, and this is his fourth book that he wrote.
Uh-huh.
And he talks about, again, obviously, why, what is in common with these people that have longevity. And so he just wrote a book on it, and he did, collected all the data points and did all of the math and so forth. And again, you've got obviously those common things that most people talk about. You've got diet. Again, you are
Right.
what you eat. But again, diet, there's all kinds of processed foods, sugars, sweeteners, those types of things. You've got obviously exercise. I mean, he talks about, you got to get your body moving. And not only, do you got to get your steps in every day or whatever you do some weight training and so forth. Then he talks about sleep. He said the optimal hours, the number of sleep hours you should get is 7. Then your social aspect of your life, social outlook, stay active, have friends, do things and so forth, be
Yeah.
happy. But he also talked about, one of the, key points as far as what can keep you healthy is your immune system. He says, a dysfunctional immune system is really kind of the principal attribute that really increases your aging.
Mm.
And that's really interesting. And that's what brought it to my attention is that, again, your immune system. And again, they went more in depth of, it's your immune system,
Right.
doing what you can do to support your immune system. And then obviously you got autoimmune diseases, you got, maybe you got low T cell levels and so forth. But, the point is, and again, of all of his research, those are the kind of the primary, attributes that you should be thinking of about changing. And I look at our product, and our product is a product that naturally strengthens your immune system. And if you look again at the safety profile of it, there's nothing really. The safety profile is unbelievable. It's a very safe product to take. I mean, we don't increase the number of your cells that you have, like echinacea and so forth. When you take it,
Got
it
it.
increases the number of white blood cells you have, which isn't good over a long period of time. we just basically, how beta glucan works is it really just primes certain immune cells, the macrophage, neutrophils, and natural killer cells, and it primes them to go out and kill, and it gets them, primed so they can actually go out and kill different types of pathogenic challenges. And what's unique about this product is that, once these cells, the neutrophil cells is the main cell, once you prime that cell, it'll actually go after viral challenges, bacterial, parasitic. It goes after any foreign challenge that you have. And it's not limited to a certain type of, pathogenic challenge. So it really gives you support. But, like I said, this book that I just picked it up and I just started reading it.
Yeah.
But again, immune system is one of the key points that it makes that, a dysfunctional immune system is going to cause havoc. And they talk about, the three diseases. You got cancer, and you've got, brain health,
right.
And then you've got heart. Those are the main ones. And anything you can do to, take or to strengthen your immune system, you're going to be better off. And again, since it's the summertime, we're all susceptible to the environmental threats. And that's one other point I should make in this, is that he talks about, everybody thought, you get cancer, it's genetic. But it isn't. I mean, they're talking about, he's interviewing people that have, where their siblings and their parents died very early, but yet they're living to be, 90 years old.
Right.
And it's really not genetics at all. And a lot of other studies have proven that as well. It's really the environment you live in and how you take care of yourself. And again, I always say, if you can strengthen your immune system, if you had only one supplement to take in your life, you take something to strengthen your immune system. So.
Wow. Yeah, and you did a great job here, Matt, of explaining exactly what Wellmune is. This is coming from, baker's yeast, and it's not exactly increasing the number of cells of the innate immune system. We're just helping them get mobilized, basically. You can even see that here on the screen share effect. It mobilizes billions of innate immune cells that are a major part of the body's natural defenses, like macrophages, neutrophils, natural NK cells. And you can see here beta-glucan 1316 extracted from cell wall of highly purified proprietary strain of baker's yeast. So some people have like a negative connotation with yeast, with like yeast infections, and that yeast isn't the best thing to consume. So differentiate like baker's yeast, then there's nutritional yeast, then there's the yeast found in the fungi kingdom in the mushroom world. Shiitake mushrooms have yeast. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure.
The difference there.
So there's really three different types where you can get your beta glucan. One is from cereals, and again, oats and barleys, but that has a different molecular structure. So a lot of those, they've done a lot of studies on cereal beta glucans, and they help lower your cholesterol, but does very little for your immune system. Then you have yeast and fungal products. So your fungal products are AHCC, maitake, reishi, all those fungal products. Now they still have the 1316 molecular structure, but the difference is off the branch point. Off the branch point, it stops there, where yeast has a continuation of the branch point. So we've done our research, and mushroom products have 1316, but it only contains about 5 to 7% of that molecular structure is in a mushroom product. And some mushroom products don't even have it. So it depends on what mushrooms you're looking at. So again, that's why like AHCC and those types of things, they recommend you take 2 grams of that product a day, which gets expensive because mushroom products are expensive. Where yeast now is, again, back to our safety profile. Again, we've done, since we actually had a division of our product that was going through pharmaceutical stages, we've done all kinds of different safety studies and so forth. And again, it really is very safe for you because part of it is in our, processes. With our process, if you look at, most people will go out and buy yeast on the open market because it's a byproduct of yeast companies. But we take that, and again, a specific strain of it, and we take it and we purify it and we strip all the nanoproteins and all the bad things out of that. So you're really left with this hollow sphere, and that's what really triggers these innate immune cells. Because again, if you have a different molecular structure, or if you have baker's yeast, it's not going to have the same benefit. But our product, again, back to safety of it, it's very safe to take if you have any type of yeast allergies because it's a purified product. Again, you can take the product with any type of supplements out there. Again, we had a pharmaceutical division that we're looking at cancer. It doesn't affect cancer treatments at all. Matter of fact, it may help with certain types of treatments. those types of things. So there's really, and again, you can't overdose on the product. Basically, like I said, it's picked up in your Prior's patch. If you take too much, it's just expensive fiber. We're not overstimulating your immune system whatsoever. We're just basically taking your immune system and we're priming these cells to be smarter, faster, and stronger. But if you don't have that pathogenic challenge there, they're just kind of in a resting state. So again, you can't overstimulate on it. You don't have any counterindications, any type of supplements, or any counterindications of any type of maybe treatments or maybe type of drugs that you're taking as well.
Wow. Yeah, that's a great breakdown. And again, I'm highlighting this 250 milligram option. There's the 60 caps, there's the 30 caps, and the 250 milligram. Then we had the orange as well, and the green, the 500 milligram. It really depends on where you're at right now in your immune system health. Are we looking for preventative? Are we looking to ramp it up a little bit here? And then there's even a children's chewable.
Sure.
So you suggested, if someone's just looking for preventative support, maybe even the 125 is an option. We're not giving any medical advice.
No.
We're just sharing how, Matt has seen this been used before. So give us that one quick recap again on the dosing and where someone should start.
And back to your question as far as, whether you take this, I've been taking it for 30 plus years. So, and we talked right before the show here, I mean, I can't even think of the last time I've had a cold. And if you look at our testimonials, we've got everybody from colds and flus, athletes that take it because their immune system is so suppressed. You've got older people that are taking it. You've got people going through cancer treatments, those types of things. But you can take it, I take it prophylactically. I take it every single day. And again, I haven't had a cold. I can't even remember the last time I had a cold. My kids come down, they get colds and stuff, and I don't get it. But you can also take it, if you suddenly get a cold, you can take it. And there's new research on our product, which I, talk about a little bit about trained immunity, how our product trains innate immune cells. Yeah. But if you look at it, they've done some studies, and again, they've shown that, within hours after taking it, really has some benefit of it. It's basically training these innate immune cells. So you can take it when you come down with a cold and so forth, and hopefully it'll cut down the duration and help get rid of it quicker and so forth. But, this is the summer, as I mentioned, it's nice out. But, again, there's all kinds of pollutants out there. You got herbicides, pesticides, nowadays they got, microplastics. They say that, every week we're eating, credit cards worth of plastics and so forth. And if you look at, cancer rates that are increasing and so forth. So we try to get people, especially when you get to a certain age where your immune system isn't functioning as it used to be. Right. We try to get people to take it prophylactically. You take it every single day.
Absolutely. And again, it's the beta 1.3/1.6 glucan. There's a lot of different beta glucans out there. So it's a very particular one in the Wellmune registered trademark version. And yeah, I was about to ask you about the new research on trained immunity. We had that in our show notes. I wanted to cover that. So give us just a quick recap on that. Where's that research coming from?
Sure.
And then explain again, like trained immunity versus innate or inherent immunity.
Yeah, so you have two sides of your immune system. You have what's called your innate part of your immune system and acquired. And innate is what you're born with. It's basically macrophages, neutrophils, natural killer cells. They basically are non-specific. So what happens is, if they see a pathogenic challenge, they go out and kill it. Or the adaptive part is more like, say you get a flu shot every day. They give you a non-active form of that. The adaptive system takes days, and if not weeks, to respond, but it will remember that type of strain. And then if you ever come in contact with it, boom, it knows what to do. It'll, alert your immune system, and right away it will react to it. But again, you think about strains out there. There's thousands or more than thousands, millions of different types of strains and so forth, and they dramatically change over time. But what we have proven lately is that with your innate immune cells, where there's cellular communication with your innate immune cells, and we have shown with our product, it kind of like a bookmark. We basically, within these innate immune cells, these macrophage, neutrophils, natural killer cells, we have shown that our product actually, basically bookmarks these challenges through their cellular communications. So it's able to get these cells to react much more quicker than than the resting state of cells. And again, you're talking that anywhere from 2 to 5 times more effective that it gets these cells to go out and kill this different pathogenic challenge. So we think this is the only product in the world that has any supplement that actually can say this, that we actually now have research where we actually show that it trains the innate immune cells. But again, the main benefit of it, it gets your immune cell just more active to go out and kill that pathogenic challenge much more quicker. Because a lot of times you come down, you become ill because your immune system doesn't have the number of cells to go out and kill the pathogenic challenge, or they're just much slower and they react slower, and by then you've already come down with it.
Great explanation, Matt. Thank you for that breakdown. So you just said you've been taking this for 3 decades yourself, and here you are still standing, able to show up and do this interview. So is this safe overall? Have you seen that it's well tolerated?
This is about the safest immune product you can take. I mean, if you look at our testimonials, I mean, we've had people that have taken it with autoimmune diseases, and we did an autoimmune study. We did a ragweed study a long time ago because we've always heard that our product helps with certain types of autoimmune diseases. So we picked ragweed, and we actually showed that it had great response. It decreased I&O symptoms and severity by anywhere from 30 to 130%. Because if you look at it, your immune system is imbalanced. And when you get some type of autoimmune diseases, and I'll just pick ragweed here, the Ig levels skyrocket. And what we've shown with our product is we actually help suppress Ig levels. And by suppressing Ig levels, you basically decrease the symptoms associated with ragweed. So it actually has benefit with ragweed. You know, we've heard people with COPD, with asthma, and those types of things that have seen benefits from our product. Obviously, you got colds and flus. But like I said, anytime you can strengthen your immune system in a safe manner, you're going to be better off, especially with the environmental threats that we see continuously that you can't avoid. No matter what you try to do, you know, pollution, herbicides, pesticides, age, whether you smoke, drink, you know, diet, those types of things. So again, immunity is a huge, you know, part of your system that protects us from coming down with different types of challenges and diseases and those types of things.
Absolutely. And yeah, that was one of my next questions with the autoimmune diseases. So even in those cases, you haven't seen somebody that can't tolerate these well, things like Hashimoto's and different
not
diseases.
at all.
Always work with your doctor, by the way, folks. If you're listening to this, you already have a naturopath monitoring your case. You can bring them this product or show it to them or show them this podcast episode and just give their green light on it. And then you just track the things in your blood work. You track the antibodies and different markers. So, but overall, well tolerated and safe, right, Matt?
It's very well tolerated. We've done numerous profiles on it and so forth that it is a very safe product. And like I said, our pharmaceutical product worked very similar, and we went through phase 1, which is all about safety studies and so forth. And we've conducted that with our, you know, healthcare product as well. So there isn't, I don't think I can think of anybody that, you know, shouldn't be taking it. You know, the one thing that there was one, you know, a couple of cases, like a heart transplant. We had a couple of people that had a heart transplant, and again, we left it up to the doctors. We didn't think there would be any, you know, problem with it, but you know, those are kind of rare and so forth. But for most people, this is, you know, like I said, cancer treatments. We've got thousands and thousands of people that have taken our product through cancer treatments. It's not going to hinder the product or hinder the treatments whatsoever. I mean, there's certain, I mean, like we did an antibiotic study one time, and we have shown that our product actually makes the antibiotic product work better because your immune system is more enhanced. And when your immune system is enhanced, because your antibiotics use your immune system to kill that pathogenic challenge, it actually works better. So but it is back to the safety program or safety aspect of it. It's a very, very safe product to take.
Folks, come talk to Stan, the demo man. He's in-house here Tuesdays through Saturdays. And Stan and Matt go way back through their Minnesota connection there in the health food world. And Stan is demoing Immune Health Basics. He has all the literature you'll need. And yeah, come talk to Stan. He'll point you guys in the right direction. Immune Health Basics is going strong here at Healthy Habit. If you're listening to this in the store as you're shopping right now, you're listening to us, just ask one of our staff, where is Immune Health Basics? And then they'll point you guys in the right direction. Again, we have the 125 milligram option. We have the 250, and we even have a 500 milligram option. Different uses for different needs. And then, of course, there's a children's chewable. You don't want to miss that. So what would you leave us with here, Matt, on this important episode talking about training up the immune system? And by the way, that book that you were referring to, again, it's called Super Agers, folks.
Yes.
If you were paying attention earlier in the episode here, Matt mentioned a book that talks about how we can live a longer life. Yep. And the author says one of the keys is a healthy immune system for longevity. Again, it's called Super agers, like aging, agers, Agers. What would you leave us with on episode number 229, Matt?
Well, what I would leave you with is, as I mentioned earlier, is that if you look at how important your immune system is, your immune system is made, it's obviously made to keep you healthy. It keeps you from coming down with different types of illnesses, whether it's a common cold or something more serious. But anything you can do to strengthen your immune system, you're going to be better off in the end, no matter what it is. And again, we can't avoid the things that suppress your immune system, even when you're younger. I mean, you've got pollution, you've got age, whether you sleep, you smoke, you drink. So again, if I had to take one supplement, it would be an immune product, and it would be our immune product. I've been taking it for 30 years. I can't think of the last time I've had a cold. It's a product that is clinically studied. Like I said, there's probably 15 different studies on 2,300 people, and every single study comes out positive as far as decreasing upper respiratory symptoms and those things. So it's a great product to take if you want to support your immune system. And again, as I mentioned, you should be taking it year round because you can still come down with colds and you're susceptible to things even during the summer.
Got it. Matt Steiner, folks, Vice President,
I
Consumer
appreciate
Division for Immune Health Basics. Thanks again for your time,
Sounds
Matt.
great.
I look forward to
Appreciate
the
it.
next one.
Sounds great. Take care.